You'll recall the switch hitter up there left-handed. Fields very shallow at third. Here we go. The first pitch is a strike. Crisp hitting .273, 74 hits with 8 home runs, 38 driven in, and 30 stolen bases. Caught stealing only twice. This is a nice comeback season for Coco Crisp. Coach Shaver's next delivery is low and inside. Crisp had 2 stolen bases yesterday and 30 steals in just 70 games. 30 stolen bases, a career high. Previous high, 28 in 2007 with Boston. And a bouncing ball to first, made by Kaiahui, and the pitcher covers and safe. Hochevar came across the bag but never contacted the base. He tried to drag his foot across the bag but just got air. So Keela did not give Hochevar a very good throw at all. Luke had to go up and get it. And the timing on the play was not good from that point on. So we'll see how they score that. It can't be an error on Hochevar. If they're going to score it an error, it's got to be on Kaiahui. Well, they gave the error to Hochevar, which that may change. Here's Derek Barton. Derek hitting .280. Chris might take off at any time. Luke not that quick. Getting the ball home, and there's a throw to first. All right, I got a knotty problem for you guys regarding Derek Barton, who's at home plate. He was kicked out of the game yesterday after striking out to end the game. Now, how do you get kicked out of the game when the game's over? There's a fastball, a little bit high, ball one. So here's the picture. He strikes out to end the game, called third strike, game over, argues with the umpire who kicks him out of the game, but there's no game.
Don says he should be kicked out of today's game. Carried over.
Or here's a pitch a little bit low and outside. He can't take the charter flight with the A's team. He has to go commercial to Kansas City.
And no shower.
And no shower. Well, that would be unfair to the other passengers on the commercial flight. 2 balls, no strikes on Derek Barton, left-handed batter. Chris might take off at any time, and this is the time. There he goes, and May, the catcher, in his haste to get the ball to second, and there was no chance to get Crisp anyway, dropped the ball. So 31 stolen bases for Coco Crisp. 3-0 the count on Derek Barton. Derek Barton will make you throw strikes. He leads the big leagues with 99 walks. O'Shaver looks back at second, now turns towards second, but no throw, nobody covering. This for Luke, his 14th start, 62nd career start, and his 5th start against the Oakland A's. And ball 4. So a shaky start for Luke, and we told you before the game he has had more trouble with the Oakland A's than any other team. Brings up Suzuki. The A's catcher batting .245 with a dozen home runs, 61 driven in. O'Shaver has dropped all 4 of his career starts to the Oakland A's, and his ERA in those 4 starts is over 11.37. Now the infield set for a double play. Good breaking ball for a strike to Suzuki. Kurt Suzuki in a bit of a slump. 6 hits in his last 31 at bats. That figures out to 194 over his last 9 games. But he's driven in 5 runs in that span. And he's up there with runners first and second. Pitch misses away, and the count is a ball and a strike. Coco Crisp is at second. Derek Barton is at first. The A's are a running team. Boy, they love the stolen base. Now the pitch. A chopper to third, might be 2. Fields to second for 1. Aviles, wild throw to first, and a run will score. So Coco Crisp crosses home plate. Boy, that's a double play ball if I've ever seen one. And Aviles just fired the ball wildly past first base. So it's a force out, E4. The Royals a little sloppy defensively here in this inning. Now the batter is Jack Cust with a runner at first. Jack Cust hitting .278. 10 home runs, 43 driven in. Strikes out a lot, walks a lot. Good power. Left-handed batter takes high and outside, ball 1. Suzuki will get a run batted in. That gives him 62. 1-0 on Cust. O'Shaver to first. And Suzuki back. We talk about stolen bases with regard to the A's. Crisp now 31. Rajai Davis has 44. Cliff Pennington has 24. 1-0. In comes the pitch, and Cust a little bit late on that fastball, fouls it back and out of play. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. So 2 errors and a walk in the inning, just underway. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jack Cust. Cust hitting .321 in his last 19 games. Luke's pitch is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cust has struck out 61 times since the All-Star break. That's 3rd. He has walked 36 times since the break, and that's good for 4th. As we say, a lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks. Just 1 homer in his last 19 games. O'Shaver has him down in the count. The infield playing for 2. The infield playing Cust to Be a dead pull hitter. Now the ball gets away from May. The pitch was up. And there goes Suzuki down to second base. A pass ball charged to Lucas May. So a very unpromising start for the Royals. 85 degrees at game time. Game started promptly at 2:10. Time and temp brought to you by the parking spot. Easy to spot, easy to park. The parking spot at KCI. Good breeze out of the south, blowing toward left. So the ball will carry, especially left field, left center, down the left field line. Now the double play is not in order, and the pitch is low and inside. So not only are the Royals sloppy defensively, Hochevar's fighting his control. That's a bad combo. Three balls, two strikes. Mark Ellis to follow Cust. And Hochevar's next one is fouled off. He just barely got a piece of that breaking pitch. Hochevar made his first appearance in the big league since June the 11th, last Tuesday in Minnesota. Came out of the bullpen to pitch 3 innings. Allowed 3 runs, 5 hits with a walk and 3 strikeouts. That relief outing was the 4th of his career, but his first since September of 2007. Suzuki at second, 1 out, a run in. In comes the pitch, and a swing and a miss. So Jack Cust unable to catch up with a fastball. Down he goes, and now 2 men are out, and up comes Ellis. Mark Ellis, batting average .274. He's sitting on 99 hits. Has 3 home runs and 38 driven in. Ellis has a 12-game hitting streak going. That is a career high for this right-handed batter. Formerly in the Royals organization, Mark Ellis. Fastball is up, ball 1. Nobody in the American League has more hits so far in the month of September than Ellis, 19. Hochevar, 1-0 pitch, way up and in 2-0. Ellis has hit safely in all 5 games that he's played against the Royals this year. He's 8 out of 19. He has a 12-game hitting streak against the Royals. So he's been biting the hand that once fed him. 2-0 pitch to Ellis. A high, lazy fly ball toward the left field corner. Betemeet cruises into the corner and makes the catch. So Ellis, it turned out the wind was pushing it, flirting with a home run, but the inning is over and the A's get a run without benefit of a hit. A couple of errors, a pass ball, and after half an inning, Oakland won. Royals coming up. 1-0 Oakland, bottom of the first inning. Dyson, Aviles, Billy Butler will come up against 30-year-old lefty Bobby Kramer, who's just thrown his first big league pitch, and it's a cutter up too high, ball one. Gerard Dyson was called up by the Royals a few days ago, 0 for 1 with a stolen base. And he takes a fastball high. 2 balls, no strikes. Dyson in Chicago yesterday came in the 7th inning, struck out in the 8th. And a strike called, 2-1. Dyson recalled from Omaha a week ago, hit .272 in AAA. Stole 13 bases, AAA. Strike on the outside corner, so Kramer's taken the count from 2-0 to 2-2. Lefty against lefty, this matchup. Bobby Kramer brings it home, and it's low, full count. Kramer making his big league debut at the age of 30 years, 320 days, making him the 4th oldest player in Oakland history to make his big league debut. 3-2, next pitch. And a drive well struck into deep left. And over the head of Davis. And Dyson to second base and holding with a double. And there's his first big league hit. And again, the wind is a factor. You could see that Davis was in trouble, and with the strong wind out of the south, and it's about, we'll say, 15 to 18 miles an hour. You knew that Davis, and he's a pretty good runner, Davis, was not going to be able to run it down and short hop the fence. So Gerard Dyson, now 1 out of 2 as a big leaguer, and the batter is Mike Aviles. Suzuki, the catcher, goes out to just remind Kramer that Dyson has excellent speed, and just make sure that you check him at second base before coming home. Mike Aviles hitting .289 with a couple of home runs, 19 driven in. Right-handed batter takes a fastball for a strike. Bobby Kramer is the oldest pitcher in Oakland A's history to make a start in his big league debut since Steve Gherkin. Kramer, very aware of Dyson, turns towards second but no throw. Yeah, Steve Gherkin started the second game of a doubleheader for the Philadelphia A's against the St. Louis Browns in May of 1945. That game was not televised. There's a foul ball off the bat of Aviles, and the count is 0-2. So Bobby Kramer and Steve Gherkin stand shoulder to shoulder, at least for a while. Right now, Kramer has his own issues with the tying run at second. Nobody out. 2 strikes on Aviles, who wants to at least move the runner. And he started to swing, a pitch in the dirt. Mike checked in time, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bobby Kramer started the year in the A's organization, but then the A's loaned Bobby Kramer to a Mexican League team in the middle of March. He went 13-3 with a 2.95 in the Mexican League, 22 games. The lefty brings it in, and a slider is inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bobby Kramer did not pitch at all in 2005 and 2006. In fact, his job was a teacher. No baseball at all. Chopped foul by Aviles off his foot. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kramer originally signed by Tampa Bay as a non-drafted free agent in April of 2003. Then he spent 2 seasons in the Rays farm system. Didn't pitch in 05-06, then signed a minor league deal with the A's in May of 2007. So It's a rather crooked road to the big leagues for sure for Bobby Kramer. Ground ball shortstop. Dyson's going to have to stay at second base. Pennington throws out Aviles, who does not advance the runner, and now one away for Billy Butler. Billy Butler hitting .312, a dozen home runs, 67 driven in. He got the Royals off and rolling in the first inning in Chicago yesterday with a 3-run home run to right center field. Billy ended up 3 for 4 yesterday. He was 4 out of 14 in the Chicago series and 5 out of 19 on the road trip. Dyson at second, one away, 1-0 Oakland. And again, Kramer turning toward second base. Ellis, the second baseman, went over to cover, but no throw. The lefty pitches to Billy Butler and tried to chip off the inside corner, but missed. Ball 1. This is game 1 of a 3-game series. Night games tomorrow night and Wednesday night. Zach Greinke pitches against Gio Gonzalez tomorrow night. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball. Ball thrown for a strike. 1-1. That was a curveball. Kramer is not going to break any radar guns. His fastball, high 80s, low 90s. Throws a cutter. Just threw a curveball and a changeup. There goes the runner to third. Now they step off the rubber and have him trapped. Throw back to second, and now Dyson heads back to third. They throw to third, and now Gerard is going to be tagged out. So Kramer very much aware of the presence of Dyson. Remember the catcher Suzuki, and he's been around a while. Suzuki went out and cautioned Kramer. You're going to keep an eye on this guy because with his speed, he'll be apt to try to take off to third, and that's exactly what happened. But Kramer had the presence of mind to step off, and then they had Gerard trapped between second and third and ran him down. So that turns the inning around. Now the bases are empty with 2 men out. 1-5-4-5 on the rundown. Now the pitch to Billy Butler, and a good breaking ball for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1-0 Oakland, first inning. Outfield pretty much straight away for Butler. Got a pitch in on the hands and fouled it off. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Royals Baseball Network. Royals baseball brought to you by Time Warner Cable. 1-2 on Butler. And Kramer's pitch. Another breaking ball, but this one in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and 2 with 2 out. Bobby Kramer's next one is grounded sharply on 2 hops to Pennington. That handcuffed him a little bit. And a low throw to first, but handled by Barton to end the inning. 1 hit, nobody left. We have played 1-0 Oakland. Iwamura and Davis will come up here against Luke Hochevar. Luke's first pitch, fastball, is inside, ball one. Hermida batting .197 with 5 home runs, 27 driven in. Called up from the minor leagues last Tuesday. And ball two. Luke fought the strike zone in the first inning, and now he's 2-0 with the first hitter here in the second. Left-handed batter, Hermida. And Luke's 2-0 pitch. Outside corner, fastball, strike. Hermida has played in 6 career games here at Kauffman Stadium, and he's 7 for 20 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. And the pitch is up and in. 3 balls and a strike. Luke gets the sign from Lucas May. Now the delivery. And then a ground ball, 1 hop to second. Needless over to first in time. Part of the bat up on the barrel came flying off. Just a little chip as Hermida made contact. That brings up Iwamura, A's third baseman. Aki Iwamura, signed by the A's as a free agent just before today's game. He's the second Japanese player to play for the A's. He was on the Pirates opening day roster. They're left-handed, and he takes low and inside, ball one. He made 40 starts at second base for the Pirates. Pirates sent him down to the minor leagues in mid-June. Pitches high and inside, and Luke behind another hitter. Hochevar's last win, you have to go back to the 26th of May when he beat the Texas Rangers. Pitch is down, 3-0. His last big league start in Cincinnati, June 11. Iwamura takes low and inside, ball 4. Walk number 2 given up by Hochevar. For the Royals, the start of this game has been anything but smooth. And I speak of all facets of the sport. 1 on, 1 out. Rajai Davis, the batter. He's hitting .269. Throw to first. Iwamura back safely. 121 hits for Davis, 5 home runs, 45 driven in. Very good speed, 44 stolen bases for Davis. And Luke misses outside, ball 1. So the strike zone really jumping around for Hochevar. Davis hitting just .224 over his last 13 games. Luke at the belt and again goes to first. And Iwamura really didn't have much of a lead. For Davis, 44 stolen bases. It's an ongoing career high. He had 41 last year. Chokes the bat, does Davis, and takes a pitch outside. Boy, Luke just can't throw a strike. Couple of more pitches wide of the zone, and you will see pitching coach Bob McClure. Davis sitting in the 8th spot. Cliff Pennington will be next. 1-0 A's here in the second inning. Strike, 2-1. Here at home this year, Hochevar has a record of 1-3. That covers 6 starts, but 1-3 record belies a pretty good ERA, 3.59. Again, a throw to first. Luke surrendered just 17 earned runs here in 43 innings. Two balls and a strike on Rajai Davis, and now a balk. So that was one thing that the Royals hadn't done yet. So the balk sends Iwamura down to second base. So we've had a couple of errors, a pass ball, a balk, 2 walks. The Wild pitches yet. Pitch to Davis. Ground ball shortstop. Runner will have to stay at second. And the throw to first is in time. So Davis rounds out. Betancourt to Kaiahue. Runner at second, 2 down for the switch hitting shortstop, Cliff Pennington. Cliff with 111 hits, a .249 batting average. He has driven in 39 runs. So Pennington digs in. Cliff had a triple yesterday in the A's game and now is 4th in the American League in that department. Up there left-handed, he takes a strike. That pitch at 92, the fastball from Hochevar. Roadrunner turbo speed pitch brought your way by Time Warner Cable. Now fast is even faster. Double your speed with Roadrunner turbo from Time Warner Cable. Ground ball foul past the first base dugout. Hochevar now with the luxury of working ahead of a hitter. Pennington in his last 21 games hitting just .167. 11 hits in his last 66 at bats. Prior to that, in 28 games, he was red hot, hitting .427. So one extreme to the other for Cliff. And he takes a high fastball in the count 1-2. So Greinke and Gonzalez tomorrow night, middle game of the series, and then on Wednesday night, Bruce Chen and Trevor Cahill. Cahill is 16-6, and his earned run average is 2.61. Inside to Pennington, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bruce Chen 9-7. Gio Gonzalez, lefty, pitching tomorrow night, has won 14 games for the A's. He's 14-8. His ERA is good, 3.16. Greinke 8-12 with a 3.9. That's how the pitching sets up for the A's series. Line drive into center field and dropped by Dyson, who never did get a good read on the ball. And Pennington's at second base, and the A's lead 2-0. That will be an error on Dyson. When contact was made, he took about a half step back and then froze, and then realized it was a sinking line drive. And then he broke in and tried to somehow salvage the play. And he got a glove on it. He still had a chance to catch it, but then just missed it. And the ball rolled behind him. So the Royals have committed 3 errors now in less than 2 innings. It's also been a pass ball, a balk. Here is Crisp. Coco reached on an error. They gave the error to the pitcher Hochevar. The error should have been on Kaiahue for a very bad throw to the pitcher covering first. And ball 1 to Coco Crisp. So the base on balls that came with 1 out has turned into the A's second run. There's a fly ball out into right center. Miller to his right and makes the catch, retiring Crisp and the A's, but they get another very tainted, very soft run. The end of an inning and a half, 2-0 Oakland. Josh Fields leads off in the bottom of the second inning. The scoreboard totals are rather intriguing. Oakland, 2 runs, no hits, 2 left. The Royals, no runs, 1 hit. Nobody left, 3 errors. Josh Fields takes a strike on the outside corner. Josh, 7 for 21. 1 home run and 1 driven in. Right-handed batter. Takes a little bit low. Bobby Kramer, Oakland lefty, making his major league debut. Now has 2 runs to work with. And Josh swings at a pitch down in the dirt. No contact, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The A's played in Oakland yesterday, had their 3-game winning streak snapped. They are at the moment right at 500. They are 71 and 71. 1-2 pitch to Josh Fields is chopped foul right at home plate. The Oakland A's have been an excellent team in day games this year. They have won 66% of their day games. They're 32 and 16. When the lights are off, there's a pitch low and inside, and the count's 2-2. Conversely, the A's at night have won only 41% of their games. They are 39 and 55. 2-2 to Fields, and Josh swings at a breaking ball down and in, and no contact, and down he goes, and Bobby Kramer has his first big league strikeout. The batter is Wilson Betemit. Betemit hitting .303 with 66 hits, 31 runs batted in, and 10 home runs. He'll be up there right-handed against the lefty Kramer. Strong wind blowing to left, right out of the south. A lot of white, puffy clouds floating around. There's a breaking ball strike. So a lot of breaking stuff from Bobby Kramer here in the first 2 innings. Commanding his breaking ball in pretty good shape to this point. 1 strike on Betemit. Swing and a miss. Fastball in on the hands, and the count 0-2. The A's, both their infield and outfield, playing Betemit as a dead pull hitter. Betancourt will follow Betemit. And the 2-strike pitch. Fastball up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Suzuki sets the target for Kramer. A breaking ball, and Betemit just did nick it foul to stay alive. When Kramer was pitching in the minor leagues at Sacramento, he was very stingy with the long ball. 42 innings. In those 42 innings, did not allow a single home run. Good swing there. Betemit fouled it straight back. The count holds 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out, bases empty, 2-0 Oakland. We're in the bottom of the second. Signal given, the 1-2 pitch on the way. Sharply hit ground ball into left field, and the Royals have their second hit. That breaking ball was up, and he hung it. And Betemit put a good swing on it and whacked it right in between Iwamura playing third base and the shortstop Pennington. Brings up Betancourt, hitting .258. Betancourt with 15 home runs. He has driven in 70. Betancourt 0 for 4 in Chicago yesterday. 1 out of 11 in the White Sox series. And just 4 for 22 on the road trip through Minnesota and the Windy City. There's a strike. Betancourt's 15 home runs and 70 RBIs are currently the 3rd most ever by a Royal shortstop. One strike pitch. Was fouled off into the seats behind the first base dugout. Strike two. Jay Bell in 1997 hit 21 home runs with 91 runs batted in. Angel Baroa in 2003 hit 17 home runs and drove in 73. So Betancourt falls into third place in that category, but he's got a ways to go before he can match the numbers of Jay Bell. That's not going to happen this year, and he's just 2 home runs behind Baroa and just 3 RBIs. So Uni could be number 2 on that chart at season's end, and he rolls a little foul ball up along third.
And if he would hit one more home run, he would tie for the team high. Guillen, of course, had 16 when he was traded. So he needs a couple more to lead the club in that category. Unusual for a shortstop, at least for the Royals.
Down in the count, 0-2. And pitch is way up high. The catcher, Suzuki, out of his crouch, and the count is now a ball, 2 strikes. One on, one out. Oakland, 2 runs, no hits. The Royals, no runs, 2 hits. Ground ball short, might be 2. Second base 1. Ellison first, double play. Side retired. 1 hit, nobody left. And after 2, 2-0 Oakland.
Rolls one to Keala at first. He'll bring it to the bag for out number 1. You think those are Cyclone jerseys, eh?
Well, as you know, I'm colorblind, but I'm also very aware that Iowa State will be playing at Arrowhead next weekend, so they're just getting revved up for that.
Could be Pittsburgh State. They'll play at Arrowhead later in the year against Northwest Missouri.
I was not privy to their color scheme.
Very similar to that of the Clones. However, there's a football game here in the sports complex tonight, and a lot of folks will be attending both the baseball and football. Kurt Suzuki will bat. Suzuki reached on an error his first time up. 1 out here, top of the 3rd inning, 2-0 Oakland. Both runs are unearned. And Suzuki takes a fastball for a strike from Hochevar. 92 miles an hour on the pitch. Suzuki batting .244. He is an outstanding defensive catcher. He has a dozen home runs on the year. Right-handed batter. Shaver has battled the strike zone so far. His next pitch, bounce foul outside third. That's now 43 pitches for Luke and now 20 strikes. So he's starting to find the zone a little better here this inning. 0-2 with this batter after a one-pitch out to Derek Barton. Jack Cust will follow. Game one of a 3-game set. Night games tomorrow and Wednesday. Next pitch, Suzuki. And he tried to grab that outside corner but missed. Ball one. Luke Hochevar, as Denny told you, has struggled mightily in his relatively brief big league career against the A's. 4 starts and an 0-4 record. And an 11.37 ERA. Here's a popper on the infield. Right side, Aviles coming in on the grass to make the catch. 2 gone, and Luke had his chance here for a 1-2-3 inning. A little bit later during the 5th inning, Rick Sutcliffe will be on with us here on the Royals Network. Talk a little baseball and other things. And always fun to have Rick come around, and he'll be on with Denny for at least an inning in the middle of the ball game, so stay with us for that. He's got a lot of great observations on Major League Baseball. Jack Cust struck out in the first. He'll bat here with 2 out, nobody on. Left-handed batter with good power. A kick by Hochevar. He brings it in, and Cust takes low for a ball. Single runs in each of the first 2 innings for Oakland. Both runs unearned. We've seen 3 Royals errors, 2 walks given up by Hochevar, and a balk. There's a bouncer foul, first base side, 1-1 to Cust. And Luke gets a new baseball. Royals, meanwhile, have had a hit in each of the first 2 innings, but they, thanks to a pickoff and a double play, have not stranded anybody. They've got the shift on with the 3 infielders on the right side, and both the second baseman Aviles and it's Fields who's in the other spot. They're both out on the outfield grass. Now here's a pitch that misses. It's 2-1. Betancourt, the shortstop, stays at his normal position. They move the third baseman Fields into short center field and Aviles short right field, and ball 3 is high. 3-1 to Cust. Cust, coming into this ball game, has walked 60 times on the year. He now has 106 strikeouts. 2 out, nobody on. The 3-1 delivery, ground ball. Keela's got it at first, and he'll bring it to the bag, and it's a 1-2-3, top of the 3rd. Middle of the 3rd, 2-0 Oakland. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The Royals will send up the lower third. KCA, Miller, and May. So Keela faces this left-handed starter, Bobby Kramer. And the first pitch up and in for a ball. Royals down by a pair of runs here as they bat. Keila KCA hitting .204. 3 homers, 10 batted in. Pitch to him is bounced back past the pitcher. The bat shatters. It's gloved by Pennington, the shortstop, who throws out KCA. 1 gone, bottom of the third. Let's pause along the line for station identification. This is the Royals Baseball Network. Royals Baseball presented by Time Warner Cable. Now the batter, Royals right fielder today, Jay Miller, who was with the A's briefly. Right-handed hitter, 9 for 32 since joining the Royals. Takes a breaking ball that's down to low, ball 1. Our network salute today goes to our longtime affiliate in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Great signal down in the southeast part of the state. KKOW, 860 AM. The great sports stations in southeast Kansas. There's a call strike. It's great to have you with us in Pittsburgh. Our network salute, KKOW, presented by Sprint, the official wireless service provider of the Royals. Ball and a strike to Jay Miller. And he takes a fastball in for a strike. Jay thought it was inside. He was jackknifing away. 2 runs, no hits, Oakland. No runs, 2 hits, Royals. We're in the bottom of the third. Next pitch to Miller is in the dirt. Blocked by Suzuki, and it's ball 2, 2-2. The number 9 hitter, Lucas May, is next. 7:10 start time tomorrow night and Wednesday night. No game Thursday. Cleveland in over the weekend. Cleveland Indians. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jay Miller, the wind of the pitch by Kramer is a check swing, ball 3. 3-2. Well, would be a good man for the Royals to get on base. He's got outstanding speed. He has 9 hits since joining the Royals, 2 doubles. Those are his extra base hits. Now the payoff delivery. Breaking ball right in there. Call strike 3. He was just paralyzed looking at that curveball. That's the second strikeout for Bobby Kramer. 2 up, 2 down here in the Royals' third. Now the number 9 hitter, Lucas May, 1 out of 9 since joining the ball club. Got his first big league hit yesterday on the south side of Chicago. Single in the 9th inning, so he'll bat here against this left-hander who has faced the minimum thus far, although giving up 2 hits. He pitches to Lucas May, and a fastball stayed high, ball 1. Wind continues to blow toward left. Sun in and out around the clouds. Very comfortable day, really. Next pitch to May is again high, 2-0. If Lucas gets on, Gerard Dyson, the top of the order, would bat. Royals are just 1-5 against Oakland this year. Next pitch coming, and a foul ball sprayed to the right side, back into the stands. Strike 1, 2-1. Oakland came in here in July and swept a 3-game series. Then in August, the Royals were out in the Bay Area and won 1 out of 3. And now this 3-game series here at Kauffman Stadium will wrap up the season's business. Bring the Royals and the A's. 2 out, nobody on. The 2-1 to May is fouled off. And the count has leveled. May, right-handed batter. To start something here with 2 out. Royals got May from the Dodgers back in late July in the deal that sent Scott Podsednik to Los Angeles. A .275 average in his games at Omaha after joining the Royals organization. Over 100 games in AAA this year. He had .283. Here's a foul ball off the foot of May. So Lucas battling here against Bobby Kramer. A's in those dark green tops, gold trim, gold numbers, gray pants, and the Kelly green caps. Kramer into the windup. His 49th pitch is a curveball hit at the third baseman. Iwamura has it over to first. And the first baseman Barton came off the bag, but he puts the tag on May. The Royals go in order. And after 3, Oakland 2, Royals nothing. A's come up, top of the 4th inning. They lead the Royals 2-0. Although the A's are still looking for their first hit. Mark Ellis leads off, and he takes a fastball low and away, ball 1 from Hochevar, who got him in order in the 3rd. In fact, both teams 1-2-3 in the 3rd inning. But the A's with 2 unearned runs have the early lead. The next pitch to Ellis. Bouncing ball is foul up the third baseline. Fields over to try to get it, but it was just barely foul. And the count now, ball and a strike. Mark Ellis, Jeremy Hermida, and Aki Iwamura coming up here in the top of the 4th inning. Let's get a scoreboard update here. Not much going on this afternoon, Steve Stewart.
Well, not much now, but much coming up as we go throughout the day and evening. The American League update brought to you by Mo.Dot online at Mo.org. It'll be the Toronto Blue Jays at Baltimore this evening. The Yankees opening a big 3-game series down at Tampa Bay. The Yankees a half game up on the Rays. 3 night games in St. Pete this week.
Here's a looper into right. That'll be the first hit for the A's. Coming in to get it is Jay Miller, the right fielder. There's a little tennis lob out there. Mark Ellis, a leadoff single here in the top of the 4th.
And in that game in St. Pete, it's going to be quite a pitching matchup. CC Sabathia against David Price. CC again going for win number 20. He's at 19 right now. Also tonight, Boston at Seattle. We'll give you the National League update in a moment. Brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud 10-year sponsor of the Kansas City Royals.
Hermida 0 for 1. He grounded out to Aviles in the 2nd. So the A's have a leadoff base runner here in the 4th, trying to add to their 2-0 lead. The pitch from Hochevar over the plate, but low for a ball. Hermida now in his 6th game as a member of the Oakland Ball Club. Against the Royals this year, he's 3 out of 21. One of the 3 hits was a home run. Pitch to Hermida is a fastball inside, and Luke again now fighting his command. That's 55 pitches, 25 strikes. Making just his 2nd major league appearance since coming back from his rehab down in Omaha. Infield set up for a double play ball. Left-handed batter Hermida. Here's the 2-0. Ground ball. Keela's got it at first. Steps on first. Throws to second. They got the double play. They had to put the tag on the runner, but Betancourt did that. And now 2 out, nobody on. So they turned 2, really the tough way, but Keela was right on the bag. So it was easy to step on the base. And then Betancourt slapped the tag on Ellis. So 2 out. Now here's Iwamura, who walked in the second. He was part of Tampa Bay's really American League champion team a couple of years ago, and he takes it inside for ball 1. He is a left-handed batter. 2 out, nobody on. And Hochevar brings it in. And he missed outside. National League, Steve.
All right, Bob. Well, tonight it'll be Arizona against Willie Bloomquist's first place Cincinnati Reds. They're 6 up on St. Louis entering play tonight. Philly will be at Florida. Philly up a game over Atlanta. Pittsburgh at the Mets. Washington is at Atlanta.
There's ball 3 high, 3-0.
Milwaukee's at Houston. The Cubbies at St. Louis to open a series. Jeff Samardzija and Jaime Garcia. And San Diego, which is tied with San Francisco now for first in the NL West. They'll be taking on the Rockies in Denver. Ooh. Rockies have won 10 in a row. We know how good they are at home. 50-22. That'll be tonight.
Good at home and good in September.
No kidding.
3-0 pitch. Iwamura takes ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. The Rockies are showing up in the rearview mirror of both the Padres and the Giants.
They are. They're just an amazing September story. And even in the wild card now, they're only 2.5 games back. So they are, boy, watch out for them. Quick minor league update, of course. That update brought to you by Time Warner Cable, your exclusive home for Start Over, Power Boost, No Fee HD, and Metro Sports. The Northwest Arkansas Naturals tied up their best of 5 with Springfield last night. And Eric Hosmer and company will be on display tonight down in Springdale. And if they win that game tonight, they go on to the championship series in the playoffs.
There's a big swing and a miss by Rajai Davis. Strike 1. Yeah, the South winner has been determined. The Midland Rockhounds, who are the AA farm team of these Oakland A's.
And Mike Montgomery, the ace, will be on the hill tonight for the Naturals.
There's a throw to first. Iwamura is back. He can steal a base on occasion.
Eric Hosmer in that series, as you know, 5 home runs, 9 RBIs in 4 games of that series.
Not bad for a 20-year-old guy, huh?
Not at all.
Stretched by Hochevar. He pitches. And a little popper near first base. Keela just into foul territory to make the catch. He was battling the sun a little bit, but the inning is over. Middle of the 4th, still 2-0 Oakland. Royals hoping for some offense come up here in the bottom of the 4th. They're trailing just 2-0, but the Royals have only a couple of hits. And they have not yet stranded a runner. At the top of the order, Dyson, Aviles, and Butler. And Gerard Dyson, a hack at the first offering from Kramer, and he sprays it foul to the third base side, strike 1. Dyson doubled to lead off the first inning, but was later picked off second. his first big league hit came in this ball game. Lefty-lefty matchup. Curveball nicely thrown by Kramer. Strike grabbed the outside corner. He has had a good curveball. He struck out Jay Miller on a dandy breaking ball in the third inning. Veteran making his first major league appearance, Kramer. Next off-speed pitch stayed high, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to Dyson. Playing in his 4th game. Now he's getting a start today. He's been a late replacement. He's been a pinch runner. Now getting a chance to start a ball game. And he swings and misses, striking out. Another curveball from Kramer. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, and up comes Aviles. Mike brought a little 4-game hitting streak to the ballpark today. But he is just 2 for 12 against Oakland pitching this year. Royals had an unsightly first inning in the field, making 2 errors. It was a passed ball. The A's scored an unearned run in the first and another unearned run in the second. It's a fastball in for a strike to Aviles. Mike batting .288. 97 hits on the year. Grounded out to short. His first time up this afternoon. Kramer brings it in. And a ball hit into the air to center field. Crisp going back. Still going back. It is gone. A home run. Mike Aviles hits his 3rd home run of the year to dead center field. And the Royals are on the board. It's now 2-1 Oakland. Michael really muscled up on that one, just driving it just to the left of the 410 sign out there. So it's now 2-1 ball game. Oakland leading, and up comes Billy Butler. Now has hit in 5 straight ball games, and here's Billy. He grounded out to short in the first. Breaking ball in for a strike. Mike's last home run was May 9th against Texas. Strike 1 here to Butler. The DH today, and Billy takes low. Billy with a base hit against the White Sox over the weekend. Now a franchise record, hitting safely in 97 consecutive series. It's kind of an obscure stat and record, but quite an accomplishment when you think about it. Next pitch to Billy is a little bit inside, and it's 2-1. Josh Fields will be up there next. The distance on the Aviles home run, 413 feet. The tail of the tape presented by Stanley. 2-1 to Billy. Ground ball foul past third base coach Eddie Rodriguez. Strike 2. So it's 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors Oakland. 1 run, 3 hits, 3 errors Royals. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Rick Sutcliffe will join Denny in the 5th inning. Next pitch to Butler. Up and in. Boy, Billy was ready to trigger on that at the last second. Held back on the swing, so now full count. Billy with a dozen homers on the year, 67 batted in, hitting .312. Wind up with a left-hander, the 3-2. Ground ball to the shortstop, Pennington. He's got it, fumbles, picks it up, and throws out Butler. 2 out here in the 4th inning, and up comes Josh Fields. Twice today, Butler has bounced out to short. Now Fields, who struck out in the second. Josh 0 for his last 6. 7 for 22 since joining the Royals. He has 1 homer. Josh missed most of the season due to the surgery that he had, and got back maybe a little sooner than many expected as he swings and misses. He played some rehab games in the minor leagues. The last couple of weeks he played for the AA team at Northwest Arkansas. He will tell you how impressed he was with those young players on that ball club and how much fun it was to be around them. 0-1 pitch. A little bit inside with a fastball. 1-1 to Fields. If he gets on, Betta meets next. 2-1 Oakland here in the 4th inning. Next pitch coming. Ground ball, foul, past third. 1-2. Batter, Josh Fields. 2 out, nobody on base, but a run home on the solo homer to center field by Mike Aviles. Wind is still blowing with some gusto out toward left. That ball to center, though, really didn't need much help. It was a line drive. Next pitch to Fields. He pops it up. Shallow right. In comes Hermida. He's got it, and the inning is over. After 4, it's Oakland 2 and the Royals 1. 2-1 Oakland on to the 5th, and again, here's Denny.
All right, Bob, and we're going to visit here with Rick Sutcliffe. Cliff Pennington leads off for the A's in the 5th inning, and the first pitch from Hochaver is in there, strike 1. Well, welcome to the broadcast booth. I know this is a strange place for you. Rick does ESPN. He's one of the expert analysts on ESPN, former big league pitcher, of course, local boy made good.
I got to be honest with you. I listening to the first inning, I almost turned around and went back home.
So did I. 1-1 now, the count on Cliff Pennington.
It's great to be with you here, Hall of Famer.
Well, I'm glad you stopped by. We got some things to talk about here. There's a foul ball out of play on the third base side. First and foremost, you hosted an event to benefit the new Children's Mercy Hospital, which will be built in Independence.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to talk about that. I want you to talk about the hospital and then tell the folks a little bit about the event, which was a couple of weeks ago. That was sensational.
It was really exciting. It all started with, as you know, Denny, a couple of years ago, I got diagnosed with colon cancer. And my surgeon, Lena O'Brien, everything went well. That's all over with now. But her husband is one of the big doctors at Children's Mercy. And so they were talking about benefits and things and sitting there going through all of the treatment. You know, I just wanted to give something back.
There's a little pop foul off first into the seats, 1-2 on Pennington.
And they were letting us know that they were going to build a new children's hospital right in the city in Independence where I grew up.
Yep.
And, you know, you get goosebumps right away. And you start getting excited about it. So I made a couple of phone calls. I called the Chiefs and I called the Royals. And they said, we're in. What can we do?
Bouncing ball to first. Kaihui plays it on the backhand and feeds Hochaver coming over from the mound, out number 1.
Denny, I called Denny Thune, the president of the Chiefs, and he said, let us know what we can do. I called Mike Swanson and Joy Sedlicek of the Royals, and they said, what can we do? The next thing you know, we're just showered with tickets and things, and just the outpouring of support from Independence and Kansas City, it made us so proud that there's no question we're going to do it again.
Kansas City cares.
They really do. They really, and you know what? So they've always taken care of their own, and it's just so great. You look here at this beautiful day today. Look at the crowd. The season hasn't gone like we wanted, but you know what? The support is still there, and the effort is still there on the field.
No doubt. Coco Crisp up there. Crisp has reached down an air and scored, and he's hit a fly ball to center. And Coach Ava ready and deals. And an off-speed pitch stays up, ball one. And you had some interesting people come to the event, did you not?
We did. You know that country music flavor, and me is always going to be there. The group Sawyer Brown, Larry Stewart, the lead singer of Restless Heart, they were so touched by the event and the people that were involved in it, and knowing it's about kids, knowing it's giving kids a chance that each and every one of us, hope that we would have. The lead singer, Mark Miller of Sawyer Brown, says, you don't need a house band next year. He says, you can count on us.
Oh, boy.
Well, Denny, I said, Mark, we can't afford you. I mean, that's more than what we're going to make in the tournament. He goes, you don't understand. He said, I'll be here. It's on the house.
Wow.
So the people down at the Independence Event Center, they were kind enough to help us host some things. We're hoping to have the concert there next year. The tournament sold out the first day. The very first day that we started offering foursomes, they were gone. So we're going to try to maybe do 2 formats, and you know what? We hope that the people will be there again, and we'll raise a lot of money for the Children's Hospital.
That's terrific. 2-1 pitch to Coco Crisp. He bunts up along third, but foul. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now tell us about the hospital itself and where it's at with regard to the building of it.
Right out there. The great thing about it, we found out, Children's Mercy is taking care of so many people, but they're just getting overcrowded, and they need more space. And they're going to build it right out there in Independence. The only way I know to describe it, there's a corner cafe restaurant out there, and that's the area that they have bought the ground already. And as soon as all of the money is in place, as soon as everybody turns their checks in, you're going to start seeing those buildings go up and those kids getting taken care of.
That's terrific. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Coco Crisp. We're visiting with Rick Sutcliffe. 2-1 A's here in the 5th inning. Ochaber deals, and a fastball drilled back through the middle and on into center field. So speed at first here with 1 away. Crisp, remember, stole a base, scored a run in the 1st inning. So 1 on, 1 out, and the batter will be Derek Barton. Hey, just to get off the track just a little bit, I mentioned, you may have heard it, 1st inning, Derek Barton got kicked out of the game. Have you ever seen that before?
Well, I didn't know the answer. I heard the question. I was supposed to be the expert analyst, and I had no clue. Well, why throw him out if the game's over with?
That was my question. I mean, it buckled me, too. How do you get thrown out of a game when the game's over? But he did. So maybe he's got a spot in the big league record book. Well, there goes the runner. Crisp got a great jump, and he steals it easily. Boy, that is stolen base number 32 for Coco Crisp. But I mentioned, Rick, in the 1st inning, this Oakland team will try to run you out of the ball yard.
They certainly will. Boy, they're big on that on-base percentage. They like to get people into scoring position. And you know what? I mean, it's great to see Coco Crisp healthy again. Yeah. He's not been that way for a while.
Been a good comeback year for him. 1 strike now on left-handed hitting Derek Barton. There he goes to third. Hochaber stepped off, and now they got him caught. They run him back towards second and tag him out. Well, that's a good move by Hochaber. Boy, you got to be aware of that guy at second base. You got to be aware of the speed. Same thing happened to the young guy Dyson when he was at second base for the Royals, just trying to leave a little bit too quick. And Suzuki went out and he talked to Bobby Kramer when Dyson was at second, and just to remind him, hey, you better keep an eye on this guy. Just don't totally concentrate on the hitter. You're going to look up and see a guy at third base.
Denny, you're exactly right. And that's the perfect spot for Coco Crisp to try to get to third base with just 1 out. Then a productive out creates another run for you. Great awareness there on the part of Hochaber.
0-1 pitch now with the bases empty, 2 out is high, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, I know you've been doing some baseball all summer. Let's talk about Colorado. Nobody pays any attention to Colorado until late August, and all of a sudden there they are, and they're charging. They just come out of the weeds.
Here they come again.
Isn't that amazing?
You know what? To me, it's all about having a star, Denny. I mean, that kid Tulowitzki, I mean, he is legit. And he's not even going to be the MVP of their team, possibly of the league. Carlos Gonzalez, who, I mean, he was a top prospect with Oakland. He was a top prospect with Arizona. All of a sudden putting it together now. But you know what, to me, it's all about, and I was looking at the Royals numbers here the first couple of innings. It's all about having 5 guys take their turn. Getting that starting rotation together. That's where it all has to start for the Royals, to me.
2-2 pitch on the way. Strike called inside corner. He chipped off the inside edge. He had Derek Barton just paralyzed with that pitch on the inside corner. That's a great pitch right there.
It was.
We go to the bottom of the 5th. It remains the A's 2, the Royals 1. Royals bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, 2-1 in favor of the A's, and Wilson Betemit leads off against Bobby Kramer, making his major league debut. So far, so good. He's shown good command, good breaking ball, and he throws a strike to Betemit, who has one of the Royals' 3 hits. We're chatting with Rick Sutcliffe.
This is where we take the lead here, isn't it?
This is it, bottom of the 5th. Betemit, then
third time around.
Little tap foul. Major league debut. Now think back just a couple of years ago.
1976.
Like I said, just a couple of years ago.
Just out of Van Horn High School. Yeah. Just a couple of years there. Woo.
Yeah, there you are, standing 15 inches above the hitter. What are you thinking, man?
You know what? I tell you what, probably the same thing that he's thinking right now. I was out there warming up, and you could hear the radio voice of Vin Scully. And Vince, everybody at Dodger Stadium, just like here, we all bring radio. We want to listen to you guys. And I could hear Vinny going, you know what's going through the kid's mind. And I'm going, well, there's nothing going through my mind.
Nothing there.
He knows that he's on the mound of Koufax and Drysdale. Well, right about then, I started to lose it.
There's a swing and a miss by Betemit, and he went after a pitch out away from him. And down he goes, and that's 4 strikeouts now for Bobby Kramer. Well, I imagine your knees are a little bit wobbly, and there's a little jelly leg going on, and yeah, you're probably mindless. Let's just get through this first inning, and then I'll realize I'm in a baseball game.
I got to tell you, though, for me, it hit me harder in 1982 when I got traded to the American League, and I got a chance to pitch right here. You know, just growing up right over the hill here.
Oh, yeah.
And watching the A's for years and years, and then coming over here to watch the Royals and seeing this beautiful thing. I'll never forget the first time I stepped on the mound here. That was the big one for me.
A lot of friends, family, everybody, and you know where they're sitting.
You know that.
And a breaking ball that hung a little bit, but Betancourt was ahead of it, and he rolls it foul along the left field line, and 1 ball, 1 strike.
I just got a text message from our good friend Kimmy Carter. It's SutcliffeFoundation.org.
Okay.
If anybody's interested, we still don't know how much money we raised because people that found out about the tournament that couldn't get in, they're calling me wanting to send checks still. So it's even more exciting. I mean, it continues to get bigger and better. And Denny, next year, we're I called you. You said, yeah, I'd be happy to come out and MC it. It'd be great. But I forgot you guys were in Anaheim.
Yeah, that was really cool. That's a tough commute, you know. I mean, no matter how much I wanted to do it.
I was so excited. Well, it was another event that you were at and helping everybody.
A little popper into left field is going to drop in for a hit. I don't know where Rajai Davis was playing. He might have been out in the A's bullpen when that ball left the bat. My goodness. Betancourt hit a pretty routine fly ball into left. Now, I know the wind's strong and going to left, so you're going to be playing a little bit deeper. But, boy, he came a long way, but Betancourt got it in front of him.
You're so nice in how you describe things. Everybody's getting a hint out there. He just he should have caught that ball.
Well, yeah. No, there's a little edge there at times.
I get it every time from you. I know.
It's subtle.
Buddy.
It's subtle, Rick.
So much fun to listen to you and Bobby.
Well, very nice. Thanks. 1 on, 1 out, and you may be right here about the bottom of the 5th. There's a foul ball just off to our left. Play 1 strike to count on Keila Kaiahui. We're chatting with Rick Sutcliffe, former big league pitcher, star on ESPN.
You and I were talking earlier today about the Futures game that I got the opportunity to do for ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Denny, it's my favorite game of the year. And the 2 big highlights this year there are going to be playing in this ballpark here before too long.
Moustakas
and Hosmer.
Wow. Yeah. Throw the first runner back. You were talking about BP, and you were saying a little different sound ball off the bat.
With the exception of McGuire and Sosa, and we all know what happened there, and I mean, it was a freak display watching them take batting practice. But this Moustakas put on a demonstration in that Futures game in Anaheim that just it embarrassed everybody else that got into the cage. Then he not only, I mean, like pulling the ball down the line off that Bud Light party deck, I mean, that kind of power, but he was doing it to the opposite field as well.
Wow.
And then Hosmer didn't make an out, and he looks terrific over there defensively at first base. So, wow.
Good report.
It is good stuff.
That's good to hear. A breaking ball going outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Keila Kaiahui. 2-1 A's. We're in the bottom of the 5th, chatting with Rick Sutcliffe. Back to pitching, and you said it all when you said solid starting rotation. And
yeah.
I don't think any championship has ever been won in the big leagues without a solid starting rotation. I mean, let's go back into the record books, and we can look. But I don't think you're going to win anything unless you've got consistent, solid starting rotation.
And you've got guys out there behind them that are familiar with them. That's where that confidence comes from. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was looking, I think the Royals on the sheet right now have had 12 different guys that have started games. There's no confidence to be gained there.
There's a little tap up along first, but foul.
You think about Denny, and I've listened to you many times talk about it. This Oakland team, back when they were good, well, the Mulders and the Hudsons and the Zitos were taking their turn. You look up in Minnesota right now. How's that team doing it? Well, they got 5 guys that are out there every 5th day. You go down to Tampa, the same kind of thing. I mean, these good young arms just keep coming. Those are the teams that go to the postseason every year.
Everybody, Rick, talks about offense, but give me pitching and defense, and I'm going to be in hunt every single season.
And when you take a look at the overall stats in the American League, the Royals are not where they want to be.
Bouncing ball deflected by the pitcher. Ellis, the second baseman, grabs it, steps on second, throw back to first, but not quite in time. Darn good play by Ellis, who first of all had to adjust to the deflection off the pitcher. He was behind second base. He had to go to the bag, tag second, elude the runner, get the throw on. That was a busy play for him, wasn't it? He had a lot going on.
And you described it perfectly. The bottom line is the pitcher lets it go, the inning's over with, but he didn't know that. He tried to make a great play. It deflected off his glove, and it made it that much tougher for Ellis. But that's one of those guys, that Mark Ellis, he could play behind me any day.
You betcha. So 2 men out, runner at first base, 2-1 A's, chatting with Rick Sutcliffe. And Jay Miller, the batter, right-handed hitter, takes a breaking ball, low and inside, ball 1. Yeah, as a pitcher, instinct, you go for everything. Yeah. You know, the thing I really hate to see, though, and you don't see it as much anymore, remember Mark Davis, the left-handed pitcher we had? He used to do it all the time. Ground ball like that, back through the middle. He'd always put his pitching hand out.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's not. You did it too, didn't you?
Ty Waller got me. I got one thumb that's about half an inch shorter than the other.
I don't think you had a glove on that hand.
Oh, there wasn't a glove there either. No. But it's like you say. It's something obviously you don't want to do if you could stop yourself.
Sure. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out.
We need a homer here.
Well, get it up in the air, headed toward left field. You're going to get some help from that wind. Inside ball 2, 2-1.
What a beautiful day, isn't it?
Perfect, isn't it?
Isn't this just amazing? What a day for Kansas City, too.
Yeah, look at all the Royals jerseys in the seats, and there are a lot of Iowa State jerseys out there, too. See them?
There's some Iowa State.
Yeah, red and gold and white.
They played Iowa this weekend, didn't they?
That's right. They're getting an early start. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out.
What a day this is going to be.
Now the 2-2 breaking ball, low and inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the Royals have the...
We send the runner. We find the gap here.
Yep. Always nice to have that added offensive advantage of the runner going. 3-2, 2 out. Kaihui releases on the runner. There, and the pitch is rolled foul. And Barton releasing on the runner.
He's got so much confidence in that curveball.
Doesn't he?
His major league debut on a 3-2 pitch, Kramer able to locate it as well.
30 years old. He didn't even pitch for 2 seasons. He was a substitute teacher. He was out of baseball.
This is the rookie thing, then. This is the guy down in Tampa,
That's
right?
That's what I said earlier. They ought to make a movie out of this. Yeah. That's pretty remarkable, really, when you stop and think about it. This breaking ball missed, tying outside, and now the Royals have 2 men on with the walk to Jay Miller. And now it's up to the catcher, Lucas May, who got his first big league hit in Chicago yesterday.
And you were talking about Pena being the American League Player of the Week this past week. That's outstanding.
Yeah, and really getting a chance to play. And, of course, with Jason Kendall going down, why Brian now gets some playing time. And now he'll be evaluated. It's pretty hard to evaluate a guy sitting on the bench, isn't it?
And Jason's going to play. You know that. Jason does not want to come out of any ball game. I tell you what, too, we've not talked. I'm a big Ned Yost guy. I really am. And, you look at a lot of managers that second time around, not only their teams improve, but they improve. I mean, there's mistakes that are made from I think, to me, they got the right guy in place right there in Ned.
I'm with you. Real deal. A lot of ex-catchers become pretty good managers. Isn't that interesting?
It really is. Joe Girardi. Mike Scioscia.
On and on.
Bruce Bochy.
1-0 pitch. And a breaking ball outside. Beginning to miss with his breaking ball a little bit now. Maybe just a little bit weary, who knows. But not quite as sharp with that breaking ball. Now he falls behind 2-0. Lucas May grounded to third his first time up. 2 on, 2 out, 2-1 A's. Chatting with Rick Sutcliffe. And he came with a fastball and a little pop foul, may be playable. And Suzuki made a nice catch. He wasn't quite sure where he was. He was kind of reaching out there, not sure where the railing was. That's a pretty good play by a good defensive catcher. Rick Sutcliffe, thanks for coming by.
I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. And we'll do it again next spring. We'll talk about the tournament when we have a date and everything.
That sounds like an excellent plan. Just make sure the Royals are in town.
I will. Thank you, and thank Kansas City.
Rick runs, 2 hits for Oakland. 1 run, 4 hits for the Royals. That's good to visit with Rick Sutcliffe. He's a beauty, isn't he?
We need all the pitching we can get.
Right.
Let him in here.
And there's plenty up here when he's in the booth.
You bet. Well, here we go. 2-1, as you say. The A's on top. Suzuki leads off for Oakland. The Royals have a new pitcher in the game. Here's a first pitch strike from Brian Bullington, who takes over for Hochevar, who worked 5 innings, 78 pitches, 39 strikes. He had a couple of strikeouts. He walked a pair of batters. Here's a swing and a fly ball to left. Betamit looking up, and he makes the one-handed catch to retire Suzuki. No earned runs given up by Hochevar, 2 unearned runs, and the Royals are trailing 2-1. For Bullington, this is his 11th game with the Royals. He's 1-4 with a 6.1 ERA. He's made 5 starts with the Royals, but coming on in relief here now of Luke Hochevar. So if the Royals could grab the lead in this game, Bullington have a shot at getting a win. Let's see how he does here against the left-handed slugger Jack Cust, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He takes a fastball up and away, ball 1. A shift is on, and Fields out at short center. Aviles in short right, and a swing and a foul ball, a ball and a strike. 2-1 Oakland. A's have just 2 hits. Royals 1 run on 4 hits. Their run was a solo homer by Mike Aviles. That was in the 4th inning. So they spotted Oakland 2 runs early. Mark Ellis on deck. In fact, Hochevar pitched 3 hitless innings to start the game, even though he gave up the 2 runs. Now here's ball 2 low and outside. 2-1 to Jack Cust, who struck out in the first, bounced out to the first baseman unassisted in the 3rd. Next pitch from Brian is bounced foul. First base side to even the count at 2-2. The Oakland starter, Bobby Kramer, has pitched well. Just giving up the home run among the 4 hits he's allowed. No one working in their bullpen, so Kramer, who's thrown 87 pitches, will be out there when the Royals come up in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Cust, who's 4 for 18 against the Royals. He swings, and it's a drive down the line in left, and it is a home run into the front row, right down the left field corner. His 11th home run of the year, a fly ball down the line, and it just did clear the fence. So Cust circles the bases. Boy, very unusual for him not to pull the ball, and just a fly ball that may have been aided by that wind, and it just barely got over the fence. When it left the bat, it looked like it would be no big problem. And for Cust, the 100th home run of his big league career. So it's back to a 2-run lead for Oakland. And Ellis takes low ball 1.
Yeah, it's a fastball low and away, and rather than try to pull it, you mentioned he loves to pull.
Oh, yeah.
He tries to pull it, he hits a ground ball to second base.
Yep.
But going with the pitch and with that strong wind to left field, as you described, it ended up in the seats.
Well, that is an inexpensive home run. Here's 2-0, just a fly ball right down that line, just a few feet off the foul pole. Ellis swings and pops one into shallow right center. A trio of Royals after it, and it'll be Miller, the right fielder, who makes the catch. 2 outs. So tough luck here for Bullington, giving up that home run, and now the Royals are once again trailing by a pair, and Jeremy Hermida will bat. He's 0 for 2. So here is Hermida, who has hit into a double play and grounded out. 3-1 Oakland. We're in the top of the 6th inning, and Hermida takes a pitch a little bit inside. Ball 1. And Bullington's next offering bounced foul over by the Royals dugout. Ball and a strike to Hermida, who just recently joined the Oakland club. Lots of traffic going by on I-70 on this Monday afternoon. As we near 4 o'clock, there's There's a looper into left. Over goes Betemeat. It'll drop for a hit near the foul line. Hermida on his way to second, and he is in there with a double. So Hermida has a two-base hit here with 2 out, and now the batter will be Iwamura. Out to the mound goes Lucas May, the catcher. Let's check in quickly with Steve.
Okay, Bob, we'll check on the games coming up, as it is, we're going it alone right now. A matinee here in Kansas City. The American League games brought to you by Colorado Tourism. Start planning and saving on your fall getaway today at colorado.com/Travelocity. Toronto and Baltimore tonight. The big series in the American League is, besides this one, of course, is the Yankees in Tampa Bay. CC Sabathia and David Price tonight. Wow. Battle of aces. Also Boston at Seattle.
Big swing and a miss. Iwamura, strike one. He has walked twice and scored one of their runs. Yeah, that's 2 pretty strong Cy Young contenders hooked up in that ball game at the Trop.
Trying to find 2 better lefties than those right now.
Next pitch. It does grab the outside edge. A late call from DJ Rayburn. Tampa strike 2.
Tampa Bay just a half game back in New York with 3 weeks to go in the season. Of course, the loser of that division will most likely be the wild card team. Have to go on the road in the first round of the playoffs.
Next delivery missed inside and blocked by Lucas May. 2 out in the inning, a man at second, but a home run by Cust. And the A's lead it here 3-1, each team with 4 hits.
Or at least be the not have the home field advantage in that series.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Bullington working from the stretch now. He pitches, and he got him looking. Call strike 3. The inning is over, but the A's had a run. Middle of the 6th, 3-1 Oakland. Face Bobby Kramer, and Dyson bunts at it but missed. Strike 1. The 6th inning, our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant Sandrin Landis from Smithfield. The Royals hit a home run out of the park. Sandrin would win $700 if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park. Sandrin would win $25,000 from Sonic and the Royals. Breaking ball, low and away, ball and a strike. 3-1 Oakland. Brad Sigler now warming in the bullpen for Oakland, the Odessa High grad and former player at Missouri State. Side armor. Now breaking ball finds the zone, and it's 1-2 to Dyson, who has a double and a strikeout today. 3-1. A's, the difference in the game, 2 unearned runs. Each team with a solo homer. Aviles hit the one for the Royals. There's a ball popped up. Foul territory outside third. And over to get it is Iwamura. So Dyson retired here to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Here comes Bob Guerin, the Oakland manager. And that may be it. He's looking out to the bullpen. Now he signals he wants the reliever, Ziegler, to come in. He wanted the left-hander to face the left-handed batter, Dyson. 3-1 Oakland leading here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the call to the bullpen for Ziegler, brought to you by Tompkins Industries, stocking the Midwest's largest selection of hydraulic adapters, hoses, and gaskets. Visit them online at tompkinsind.com. Sandrin and Alandis from Smithville. Aviles, 1 out of 2, a home run, the only Royals run thus far. It's the sidearm pitch and a swing and a miss. The bat flies out of Mike's hands to the backstop. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Royals Radio Network. That's something you don't see every day. Aviles lost the bat. It went clear to the backstop over near the Oakland dugout, and he had to go fetch it himself. A ground ball right side, gets through, a base hit. Well, the Royals have a base runner here with 1 out. By the way, Royals baseball presented by Time Warner Cable. The Royals have the potential tying run coming to the plate in the person of Billy Butler. Ziegler 3-4 on the year, a 3.0 ERA. An opponent's batting average of just .240. 53 innings, he's given up 47 hits, only 4 home runs. Butler 0 for 2 today. The stretch, the pitch to Billy. Ground ball, left side, glove with the third baseman Iwamura. Out at second, throw to first. Rainbowed over there by Ellis, and it's not in time. Ellis didn't get much on the relay throw, so Billy Butler reaches on the fielder's choice. It's a fairly slow hit chopper. So now 2 out with the man at first for Josh Fields. Josh, no luck in 2 tries. A strikeout and a fly to right. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Royals have trailed since the very first inning. They're down 3-1 right now. Josh Fields up there. 0 for his last 7. Wind blowing hard toward left. Here's the sidearm pitch, and it's a little bit low and inside for a ball. Switch hitter Betemeet coming up next. More action in the Oakland bullpen now. Got a left-hander out there who's not throwing at the moment, just standing there. Pitch to Fields. Bounce foul behind home plate. There are 2 outs. They're hoping Ziegler can close out the inning here with Josh Fields. Oakland 5-1 against the Royals. Trying to tack on another win here today. Jerry Blevins is the left-hander warming out there in the bullpen. Fields takes the next pitch low, and it's 2-1 to Josh. Former Oklahoma State quarterback. Butler, they're not holding him on at first. 2 out. Pitch to Fields. And a foul ball at home plate off the foot of Josh, and he's hobbling around. That evens things at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Zach will pitch here tomorrow night against Gio Gonzalez, who's 14-8. Then their outstanding young right-hander Trevor Cahill pitches here Wednesday night. They've got good young starting pitching on this ball club, these Oakland A's. 2-2 to Josh Fields, 3-1 Oakland here in the 6th inning. And Ziegler's next pitch. Just got a piece of it, fouled it straight back. Royals have out hit him 5-4, but trail 3-1. Boy, you give a team a couple of unearned runs early, which is what the Royals did here today. And they've been trying to pedal uphill since that time. Royals have left just 2 runners. Again a 2-2, and way inside this time, ball 3. So now Billy will be running from first. So both starting pitchers are out of the game now. Kramer went 5 1/3. Hochevar went 5. Hochevar threw 78 pitches, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hits, and 2 unearned runs. 3-2 to Fields. Here it comes. Way inside, ball 4. So 2 on, 2 out. The switch hitter Betamete comes out. Now Blevins throwing out of that bullpen, and Guerin is coming up the steps of the dugout. And Skipper's on his way to the mound, and he wants the lefty, so apparently they prefer to have Betamete batting right-handed. 3-1 Oakland. 2 on, 2 out for the Royals, bottom of the 6th. And the call to the bullpen brought to you by Tompkins Industries. Find them online at tompkinsind.com. Tall, thin guy, 6'6", weighs 178. He's having a pretty good year, but they apparently prefer to have Betamete bat right-handed, even though the wind is blowing hard toward left field. Betamete has never faced Blevins, so there's no history. Blevins' 62nd game. He's 2-1 with a 3.8. 2 on, 2 out. Royals are down 3-1. A long one here could put the Royals in front. Betamete has 10 home runs on the year. The pitch to him. A little bit inside, a fastball at 93. Blevins. They got him, the Cubs, in a deal for Jason Kendall, who's watching in the Royals dugout. Ball 1 to Betemeet. The pitch. High, 2-0. When you make a pitching change with a switch hitter coming up, it's obviously a preference which way you want him to bat. But with that wind blowing out, Betemeet could really thwart this strategy.
Yeah, you really wonder about that. Now he's got the count in his favor.
And pitch barely grabbed the outside corner for a strike. 2-1.
I'll tell you, Bob, in about 7 or 8 minutes, we're going to have the same problem for hitters that we had in Chicago yesterday. The sunshine and shadow, with the shadow just getting to the catcher behind home plate now.
2-1 pitch. Betemeet belts one a mile, but it's going to go foul down the left field line. Triggered a little bit early. Otherwise, the Royals would have the lead. Instead, it's still 3-1 Oakland. And Blevins glad to have another baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Wilson Betemeet, who's 1 out of 2 today. Got the sunshine just in front of the catcher right now, still behind home plate. The next pitch. Breaking ball, missed low. That didn't miss by a lot. So now a full count, so again the runners will be going. Butler at second, Josh Fields at first. 3-1 A's. Royals batting in the 6th. So Blevins will have to make a 3-2 pitch here to Wilson Betemeet. And here it is. And it's popped up. First base side, out of play. It'll land in the stands behind the Royals dugout. Butler back to second. Fields returns to first. Outfield pretty much straight away for Betemeet. When he hit earlier in the game against the lefty Kramer, they were playing him more as a pull hitter. He's facing the lefty Blevins right now. Blevins probably throws a little harder than Kramer. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next one. Breaking ball, call strike 3. Caught looking on strikes, and the Royals leave 2 runners, and Betemeet talking to the home plate umpire. On to the 7th, 3-1 Oakland. called out on strikes to end it. Davis, did he get hit by the pitch? Apparently not. He jumped back. It looked like it might have hit him in the hand, but apparently not. So ball 2, 2-0. Davis today 0 for 2. Bullington's next pitch. Strike outside corner, 2-1. Bullington on in relief of the starter, Hochevar, who gave him 5 innings. 2 unearned runs, 2 hits. Swing and a miss by Rajai Davis. Strike 2. The Royals will have 3 more chances. They haven't had all that many scoring opportunities today, but the best one they had was in the bottom of the 6th with 2 out. Levin's able to strike out Betamine. 2-2 now to Davis with Cliff Pennington on deck. Line drive caught off the backhand by Betancourt. It was headed to left field. A good play by Ewing for the out. For being our Sonic Slam player, Sandrin Landis from Smithville gets 2 tickets to a future game and a $10 reloadable My Sonic card. You can head into a participating Greater Kansas City or St. Joe's Sonic Drive-In. Register for the Sonic Slam inning. Your chance to win $25,000. Check in with Steve again here in just a second while Pennington comes up. He's 0 for 2, but he reached on an error. Royals made 3 errors today in the first 2 innings. There's a bouncer to Aviles, who is right to get it. Throw out Pennington. What do you got, big boy? You're going to be watching out for the Double-A game tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right, Bob. We'll check some news and what's coming up. Update brought to you by True Green. For a green, healthy lawn, call True Green today. Go greener. Yeah, the Double-A team in Northwest Arkansas playing Springfield tonight down in Springdale. Winner take all, or at least winner take the series, and gets a chance to go to the championship series against Oakland's Double-A club Midland. Mike Montgomery will go for the Naturals tonight. They've received the benefit of 5 home runs in 4 games from Eric Hosmer. 5 homers, 9 RBIs in 4 games. That series tied 2-2.
Here's ball 1 to Coco Crisp, who bats with 2 out, nobody on.
And the Royals made some news just before this game. The news note brought to you by Kansas Speedway. For new ticket options, visit kansasspeedway.com.
Ball and a strike. Go ahead.
And that is the Willie Bloomquist, who did a very nice job for the Royals the last couple of years. A utility player, played everywhere but pitcher and catcher, and did a fine job everywhere they played him. And did a lot of good things on the base paths, good influence in the clubhouse. Well, he's been traded to Cincinnati. He won't be eligible to play in the postseason, but Cincinnati hopes to move toward a division title in their first playoff berth in 15 years. They had a need for somebody else who could play the outfield. And of course, in the National League, a lot of opportunities for Willie, you would think, these last 3 weeks. So Willie Bloomquist now a Cincinnati Reds player, and the Royals getting back either cash or a player to be named later. That'll be determined at a later date. But we, at least Willie, although he won't be able to play in the postseason, will hopefully get to perhaps enjoy clinching a division title with the Reds.
It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Coco Crisp as he fouls the next one off down the third base side. Still 2-2. And also off the field news, Brian Pena, first Royal this year to be named American League Player of the Week.
What a great story. He was smiling anyway, so when he got the news, he was already smiling, and maybe smiled a little bigger when he heard it.
Oh, that's terrific. 2-2 here the count as Bullington looks for a 1-2-3 inning. He brings it in, and again a foul ball, this one to the screen. Yeah, Brian is a cheerful guy. Thrilled to be where he is, grateful for every opportunity, and happy to be in the U.S. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bullington's next pitch. Coco Crisp hits a 1-hopper to the second baseman Aviles, and it is a 1-2-3, top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time, 3-1 Oakland. Royals will see a new Oakland pitcher here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be right-hander Michael Wirtz. And for Wirtz, his 44th appearance, he's 2-2 with a 4.5. Well, the right-hander Wirtz comes on to replace the lefty Blevins. 4th Oakland pitcher of the day, and the Royals' due-ups are Unieski Betancourt, Keila Kahue, and Jay Miller. 3-1 Oakland. Royals down by a pair with 3 more opportunities. Betancourt today 1 out of 2. Royals have 5 hits, but trail by a pair. 2 early unearned runs by Oakland. Here's the pitch to Betancourt. A pitch outside, ball 1. Fastball at 91. Wirtz, 31 years old. A big leaguer since 04. He originally came up with the Cubs. Last year he was 6-1 with Oakland. The 2.63 ERA in 74 games. Now another pitch outside, and Betancourt had to stop his swing, which he was able to do. Ball 2. Wirtz pretty good size, 6'3", 225. Had 4 saves last year. 2-0 here to Betancourt. And high, ball 3. Kahue on deck. If Uni could get on, Kahue would represent the tying run. So the lower third coming up after Betancourt. 3-0 the count. And a call strike. Flip that outside corner fastball at 91. Royals' only run thus far, a solo homer by Mike Aviles in the 4th inning. 3-1 to Betancourt. The next pitch. Boy, Betancourt was ready to fling the bat. He thought it was high and could not believe the call from the home plate umpire, who called it strike 2. B.J. Rayburn. The borderline pitch, and now from 3-0 to 3-2. And the next delivery. Popped him. Well, that didn't turn out so well after a 3-0 start. Ellis, the second baseman, catches the popper behind second. So that was a frustrating at bat for Betancourt. He thought he had walked, and then he's still looking at the home plate umpire as he headed back to the dugout. Keila Kahue will bat. He's 0 for 2. Boy, it looked like the Royals had a great start to get their leadoff man on. But a good comeback by Wirtz. Now Keila, who's grounded out twice. Wirtz pitches. Keila swings and misses. Slider there, strike 1. Keila has 23 hits as a member of the Royals, an even 200 average right now. 23 out of 115. Wirtz delivers, and he throws a call strike, and now it's 0-2. Royals have yet to collect more than 1 hit in any inning, and they've done that 5 times. Pitch outside. 1-2. Hit in the first, that man was picked off. Hit in the second, that man was doubled off. Home run in the 4th, and singles in the 5th and 6th, but no runs in those innings. Swing and a miss by Kahue. It's dropped by Suzuki, picks it up, and throws him out. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Now it'll be Jay Miller. So the Royals have not mounted much offense today against Oakland pitching. So it's a bad combination, not much offense, and you spot the other guys a couple of unearned runs, and the Royals have trailed since the very first inning. Here's Miller, who has walked and been called out on strikes. Wirtz brings it home, and Miller swings and misses. Strike 1. Jay Miller, 9 for 33 as a member of the Royals. Right-handed batter. Miller takes way outside and scoots by Suzuki into the backstop. Ball 1. Two out here, bottom of the 7th, 3-1 Oakland. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jay Miller as Wirtz pitches. Miller takes a pitch in for a strike, breaking ball, and he's down 1-2. Oakland pitchers have walked just one today. They normally don't walk many. They're pretty efficient. Next pitch. Fouled off. The Royals will see two outstanding young starters in the next two games, Gio Gonzalez and Trevor Cahill. If Miller could get on, the number 9 hitter, Lucas May, is next. One ball, 2 strikes. And Michael Wirtz delivers. Swing and a miss, and that is the inning. Royals with 2 strikeouts and a pop-up. On to the 8th, 3-1 Oakland. Boy, since that 6-run first inning yesterday, the Royals have not done much offensively. They're down 3-1. We go to the 8th, and again, here's Denny.
Okay, Bob, and Derek Barton leads off and takes a strike from Bullington. Ryan's been in there since the 6th inning. He's given up 2 hits, a home run, and a double. Pitches high, and the count 1-1. The home run came with nobody on and 1 out in the 6th inning, and Jack Kuss hit a fastball down and away. I mean, it was not a bad pitch, except it ended up in the seats. There's a ground ball to second. And Aviles throws out Derek Barton. Here is Suzuki. Kurt is 0 for 3. Not a bad pitch in the sense that a dead pull hitter and a pitch on the outside corner at the knees, you figure he'll roll over on it and hit a ground ball, but he went with the pitch, to his credit. And that strong wind, which has been blowing out toward left field the entire game, and a lot of help, and it just barely made it over the railing right in that left field corner. But home run it is, and that was their 3rd run. Strike 1 now to Kurt Suzuki. Kurt is 0 for 3. Swing and a miss. And the count 0-2. The shadow now is halfway between home plate and the pitcher's mound. So advantage pitchers at the moment. The sun shining brightly. Batter, catcher, umpire in the shade. Everybody else in the bright sunlight. The pitch whistles over the head of the catcher, Lucas May, all the way back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kurt Suzuki. One out, bases empty, 1-2 pitch. Had him reaching for it, a breaking ball, little pop up. And Kaiahui right at first base, almost tripped over first, makes the catch. And a foul ball catch for out number 2. That will bring up Jack Cust. He is struck out and grounded to first in addition to his opposite field home run. So Cust digs in. They put the shift on with Aviles standing out in short right field. Pitches outside, ball one. The third baseman, Josh Fields, finds himself in short center. And Betancourt at shortstop in normal position. Ball two, 2-0. Three runs, 4 hits for the A's, 1 run, 5 hits for the Royals. Now the pitch. And rolling outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Ryan falls behind Cust, 3-0. And with nobody on, 2 out, he will probably take a cut if he likes it. He did, and he pops it up. Betancourt moving out into short left field. The wind pushes it, but he makes the catch to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 and out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Score remains. Oakland 3, Royals 1. Let's pause here for station identification. The Royals coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Breslow is the new pitcher, and this is the Royals Baseball Network. Royals Baseball brought to you by Time Warner Cable. Eddie Matthews, Bob Davis, Steve Stewart, Don Free at Kauffman Stadium. 3-1 Oakland. Breslow has been very effective for the A's this year. Game number 67. 4 wins, 4 losses, 2 saves, 3.36 ERA. Lucas May the batter, and he takes ball 1. May is 0 for 2. Breslow has pitched 64 innings, given up 46 hits. League hitting just 197 against him. A fastball has popped up. First base side, foul territory. Drifting toward the seats, but not far enough as Martin comes over to make the catch. So Lucas May fouls out to the first baseman. That brings up Gerard Dyson. Gerard doubled in the first, struck out in the 4th, fouled out to 3rd in inning number 6. Lefty against lefty. Big swing, no contact. So the elements working against the hitters at the moment. Baseball going from the pitcher's hand in bright sunlight into the dark shadows at home plate. Fastball into tight, and the count even 1-1. Breslow, fastball, high 80s, low 90s, 88, 92, curve, slider, change. The usual assortment. Moves the ball around. Bouncing ball, second base. Ellis has got it. Quick throw to first. And out at first. Close play as Dyson can really run, but Ellis is a very good defender, and they're 2 men out. That brings up Aviles, who has had better swings than anybody in the lineup. Grounded to short in the first. Home run to dead center in the fourth. And a solid single in the sixth. Now the sun ducks behind a cloud. Advantage to the hitter and a strike over the outside corner. No balls and a strike on Mike Aviles. Lined into left field like a bullet. 3 hits for Aviles, and all have been very, very solid. Royals have a runner with 2 out, and now Butler coming up. Billy Butler has hit 3 ground balls. 2 to short, 1 to third. The A's have used Kramer, Ziegler, Blevins, Wirtz, and now Breslow. Royals have used Hochevar and Bullington. Pitches over but low, ball 1. 3 runs, 4 hits for Oakland. 1 run, 6 hits for the Royals. Breslow at the belt, pitches to Butler, and the ground ball to second base. Ellis has got it. He's going to go to first, and that's the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. End of 8. Oakland 3, Royals 1. Ninth inning, 3-1 Oakland. Brian Bullington, first pitch to Mark Ellis. Right on target, strike 1. Ellis, 1 out of 3, a 4th inning single. Next pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed, in the count 0-2. Ellis, then Hermida. Then Iwamura. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball in the dirt. Andrew Bailey, the A's closer, loosening up out in the left field bullpen. Royals will have Fields, Betemeet, and Betancourt due up in the bottom of the ninth. Ellis thoroughly jammed by that pitch, managed to spoil it, foul it off. The count holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zach Greinke, Gio Gonzalez will hook up tomorrow night. Greinke 8-12, Gonzalez 14-8. Hard stuff inside, 2-2. Bruce Chen, Trevor Cahill on Wednesday night. Chen 9-7, Cahill 16-6. Going outside, full count on A's second baseman Mark Ellis. May sets the target. Bullington hit the target. Fastball in the outside corner. Great pitch. And for Bullington, strikeout number 2. Both strikeouts called. That brings up Hermida. Doubled his last time up. He's 1 out of 3. No Royals hitter had a perfect day at the plate. Bat Stock Exchange donates $500 to Habitat for Humanity. KC, each time a Royals player has a perfect day at the plate. Outside, ball 1 to the left-handed hitting Hermida. Check swing roller up along first is foul. And 1 ball, 1 strike. The shadow now is almost at the front edge of the pitcher's mound. You can see Hermida really feeling for that last pitch. Well, the sunshine and shadows in the last 2 innings yesterday in Chicago were just deadly. The hitters had no chance. Roller foul up the first baseline. Still 1-2 on Jeremy Hermida. The wind has been a constant. 15, 16, 17 miles an hour steady, blowing toward left throughout the game. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the breaking ball. And not a good swing. Now Iwamura. He's walked twice, scored once, called out on strikes his last time up. The Royals hitters will have their hands full in the bottom of the 9th inning. Fields, Betemeet, Betancourt, Kayahue, if anybody gets on base, but they'll be fighting the elements. Pitch is a fastball from Bullington on the outside corner, strike 1. Bryan brings it in, and a fastball chopped out toward Aviles. In fast, scoops, throws, nice play, out at first, out of the inning. Good job by Bullington, giving up 1 run in 4 hits, and that was the wind-blown homer by Cuss. To the bottom of the 9th we go, 3-1 A's. go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Fields, Betemit, and Betancourt will come up against Andrew Bailey. This for Bailey is game number 46. 1-3, 23 saves. Given up 33 hits and 8 runs in 47 innings. ERA 1.53, the league hitting .201 against him. Josh Fields 0 for 2 with a walk. Andrew Bailey's first pitch. Josh tried to bunt and miss. Strike one. Bailey will work fast. Fastball 92 to 97. Basically a two-pitch closer. Fastball, curveball. Both quality pitches. Swing and a miss by Josh Fields, and the count 0-2. The shadow has reached the front portion of the pitcher's mound, but Bailey is still throwing out of the bright sunlight. Next pitch. Strike outside corner. Josh Fields caught looking, and down he goes. That brings up Betemit. He'll be up there left-handed now. Bailey normally pitches in the mid-90s. Now, he can get it up there 97. But two quality pitches. Betemit takes one right down the middle. Strike one. Betemit a single in the second. He's 1 out of 3. 3-1 Oakland, ninth inning. 20,695 the announced attendance. Bailey's next pitch is high and 1 ball, 1 strike. One out, bases empty. Andrew Bailey working from the stretch. Now the pitch to Betemit. And he drives one into right center field. That's well hit. It's going to get the alley. Picked off by Chris, but the warning track, and Betemit's going to be held to a single. Coco Chris sprinting into deep right center, cut it off before it got to the warning track. So Betemit has a 1-out single. And now Betancourt up there. He's 1 out of 3. So terrific defensive play by Chris to keep the double play in order. Betancourt's hit in the game was a 5th inning single. Barton, the first baseman, playing behind Betemit. There's a strike to Betancourt, and the count 0-1. One on, 1 out. A swing and a foul ball. He just barely made contact. So Betancourt is down in the count. 0-2. Signal given by Suzuki. Check of the runner at first. Now the pitch. Started to swing and held up in time. Andrew Bailey has not allowed a run in 6 of his last 7 appearances. That's since coming off the 15-day disabled list on the 22nd of August. High, lazy fly ball out into center. Chris fighting the sun, using his glove to shade his eyes to make the catch. And there are 2 men out. That will bring up Kayahue. Keelan, 0 for 3. Andrew Bailey now looking for the final out of the game. Now the front edge of that shadow is cutting right across the pitching rubber. So Bailey still framed by the bright sunshine. Pitches outside and down to second base. Unopposed goes Betamete. One ball, no strikes on Kila Kaiahue. The sun ducks behind a cloud. Outside, ball 2, 2-0. Jay Miller scheduled to hit next, but Ryan Pena's moved into the on-deck circle. Now Bailey is behind the hitter, 2-0. In comes the pitch. Way upstairs, ball 3. Andrew Bailey scraping at the dirt in front of the pitching rubber, thinking over his 3-0 pitch. He cannot take it for granted that Kaiahue will not swing. The pitch. Way outside, not even close. So tying runs are on. Winning run will come to the plate, and Brian Pena bats for Jay Miller. Blanco is going to run for Kaiahue. So a 1-out single and a 2-out walk. Betamete at second. Blanco at first. Ryan Pena the batter. Ryan will be up there left-handed. Batting average 264. He has a home run and 17 runs batted in. So a home run would win it. 2 on, 2 out in the 9th inning. 3-1 Oakland. Pitch to Brian Pena. Right in there, strike 1. Seeing the pitches out of the pitcher's hand with that bright sunshine, and the hitter standing in the shadow is still no bargain. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Just barely off the outside corner, and the count 1-1. It doesn't seem to be quite as extreme as it was in Chicago yesterday, but it's still a problem. The hitter has to fight through that. Get a good swing at a pitch, the 1-1 delivery, and it's fouled off into the seats behind third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2, the count to Brian Pena. Betamete's at second. Blanco is at first. 3 runs, 4 hits for the A's. 1 run, 7 hits for the Royals. Andrew Bailey brings it home. Fastball thrown hard but high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is the pitch of decision for Andrew Bailey. He does not want to go 3-2. Here it is to Pena. A high pop foul will come back and land in the seats. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. The inning started with Josh Fields called on strikes, and then Betamete singled into right center. Betancourt, routine fly ball to center, and a 4-pitch walk to Kaiahue. Now 2-2 on Brian Pena. Bailey checking with Suzuki. And the right-hander ready. In comes the pitch. Chopped foul right at home plate. So Brian didn't get a real good hack, real good look at that pitch, but he's still up there. Suzuki now, the catcher, walking out to the mound and gives him a pat on the back with a word of encouragement. One more pitch. We'll go have dinner. One way or the other. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 the count. Bailey to Pena. A little pop-up on the infield. Who wants it? Third baseman got tangled up with Bedemeat, but comes toward the pitcher's mound to make the catch to end the game. So the Royals take a run in the ninth, come up $2 shy, and it's 3-1 A's victory, and we'll be right back.